Hello, today is Saturday, June 17th. It's Sophia's birthday party. It's a little muggy, but it's breezy, but we have a 40% chance of rain. And we're being bombarded by, I don't know if you can see them, fish flies. Ugh. They don't have a mouth. They don't bother me. They scare Denise to death. But they're annoying. When you walk on them, they crunch like chips. It's like, ugh. But so anyway, my plans is to go to my meeting. I'm hoping for a loss. I'm always hoping for a loss. But I'll be honest with you, I'm not going to be disappointed if I stay the same. I've had a good 2-week run. And, you know, there's many a time when I went crazy eating and I should have gained a lot more than I did. And so I'm thankful for that. So I have to be thankful if, even though I stayed on program, I stayed the same. It's a continuing journey day to day. Every day is a little bit different. So I'm going to stay in check today. She's got a troll birthday party. So the cake is going to be trolls. And I think she's having a nacho bar. So I'm going to try to eat within my points. But it is a party, so I might use some of my weeklies and then not use them tomorrow, but use them today. And just say an extra prayer that it doesn't rain until 4 o'clock because her party's from 1 to 4. Like I said, it looked worse yesterday and it never rained, so that's my hope. So I'm not really late, but I'm running late. I am the type of person, I'm never late. I shouldn't say never. I should say very rarely am I late for something. But Jim and I have two different definitions of being on time. When I worked and I started at 6 o'clock, I punched in anywhere between 5:55 and 6 o'clock and considered myself on time. If Jim started at 6 o'clock, if he wasn't there by 5:30, he was late. He would get there to sit around for a half an hour to wait to go to work. That wasn't me. When I got to work, I worked. The minute I punched in, I started working. I didn't wait till 6 o'clock, unless I punched in right at 6 o'clock. But I just pride myself on that. You know, I have people that if you're going to have a party at 1, you tell them it's at 12 so that they'll be there by 1:30, 2 o'clock. Just how you accommodate them. I think that they figured that out, but you know what? They're the ones that are losing out. So, okay, let's go before I am late. So I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Well, the meeting hasn't started yet. It's the end of the other meeting, and she's talking to the new members, so she hasn't really started ours. But I lost 0.8.
But I ate a lot.
We had that pizza last night. That's kind of sodium filled.
I had the pizza and I went to the bar yesterday for lunch.
Oh well, the meeting's starting now, so it starts that
And
quick.
Sophia's birthday party's today.
Yes. She's gonna be 5 tomorrow.
No.
7. She's gonna be 7. Okay. There are so many fish flies that last night when I went to pick up David, I had my windows open and didn't realize that I had a bunch of fish flies flying in the car. They only live for 24 hours, but I picked David up at 10:30 last night. So I just had one buzzing by me that was somewhere in my car. You might see him again. I am so happy I lost 0.8. I'm just beside myself. I can't believe it. My mother truly is watching out for me. I've lost this month 8.8 pounds already. I'm down to 262.8. Don't want to jinx it, but those 50s are looking pretty close. I'm hoping to get there by the end of July, or into July, not at the end of July, but into July. So I'm just so happy. I can't even begin to tell you how happy I am. It just shows that I can do it when I put my mind to it. It's very hard. It doesn't get easier, I tell you. I probably would have lost more if we wouldn't have gone out to eat. But that's part of my life. I'm going to go out to eat. So I'm happy with what I had. Like I said earlier, I didn't put it on overnight. Although sometimes I think so. It's like you can put 2 or 3 pounds on over the weekend. Kind of makes me wonder how I was eating so poorly, how I didn't get so much bigger so much faster. Because now when I go back to that old way of eating, I gain weight right away. So and you know what? If I'm going to be honest, perfectly honest, I feel so much better. When I was eating so crappy all the time, I was always looking for something. That didn't fit. That didn't fill my need. I got to get this, and no, that didn't fill my need. And oh, I needed something sweet, so I'd eat like all this sweet stuff. No, that didn't do it. I need something salty. This is all in the same day, so I have to be proud of the fact that now I don't do that. I mean, if I want something salty, I put some salt on an egg or I put salt on some vegetables. Not the same as a potato chip, I will agree, or a Frito or a Cheeto. You will never hear me say that they compare that way. But health benefits, there's no comparison because the fruit and the vegetables are way healthier. That's without a fact. That's true. But we're just creatures of habit, I guess, and it's just habits we got to break. And I have every intention of breaking my bad habits. I really do think I'm on the right road this time. I'm not saying that there won't be detours along the way. I know there will be detours along the way, but they're not going to be major detours. I'm just going to be stuck in traffic for the least little amount of time, and then I'm going to get right back on my journey. Not like in the past where if I took a detour and I kept on going the wrong way. I'm not doing that anymore. That's just not who I am. I'm a new person, and I like Sandy. I like the old Sandy, but I like the new Sandy way better. So let's go. We got to go to the bank, and then I have to get some new steps for the steps leading into the pool. The kids are ready to put their foot right through it, so Jimmy's going to come a little bit earlier before the party to put some new steps in. And then once again to the pool place, and then home to get ready for the party. And I'm going to choose. I'm not going to eat mindlessly at the party. I'm going to choose properly. I'm going to track what I eat, and I'm going to have a good time. And I am going to have a slice of cake. I'm going to figure that into my points. Okay, I wanted to share this recipe for the summer tuna salad recipe. This makes 11. It makes 4 servings, and if you do it this way, it's 11 points rather. But what our leader has suggested, instead of using the half a cup of mayonnaise, which is right there, to substitute it for something else, I'm going to try either the Bolthouse Creamy Caesar, which is 2 points for 2 tablespoons, or the roasted garlic, because I do like a kick to my tuna, for 1 point for 2 tablespoons. So I'm going to try that. And then she also said instead of getting the 4-roll Arnold Fillums whole wheat sandwich thins, Kroger's brand is less points. I think she said the Arnold Fillums were 4 points and the Kroger brand was 2 points. So you could save from that. So it comes down from 11 smart points to 6 smart points, which you don't mind spending 6 points for a sandwich. And like she said, if you're going to spend 11 points for a sandwich, I'd rather have some chips with it for the 11 points, have a smaller sandwich. And then another member had brought in a recipe for lemon pudding dessert. The thing I would substitute, I don't like blueberries, so I might put blackberries in there instead. But this is 1 point for a quarter serving, and or half cup serving, and I think she said she got 20. Was it 20? 20 cups, which would be 40 servings. So it does look pretty good. So I thought I'd probably try that. So, all right, let's go. Let's go get ready for the party.
That's probably
Okay, I don't want to overeat at the party, so I'm going to eat my breakfast. Got fruit and the tea and the water. I started my day with a prayer. I drank 32 ounces of water. I've walked 3,600 steps. My quote is, this is the year, stronger, braver, kinder, fierce, thinner, and unstoppable. 36 smart points. I only have 2 for my egg and the rest is 0.
Where my mom can use it.
Did. Yeah, my mom
should
said.
used to it.
And a bad word at that.
All right.
Happy birthday to you. Cha cha cha. Happy birthday to you. Cha cha cha. Happy birthday, dear Sophia. Cha cha cha. Happy birthday to you. Cha cha cha.
Are you one?
Are you 2? Are you 3? Are you 4? Are you 5? Are you 6? Are you 7? Stop! Are you to 10.
Josh, because they don't
I
know.
put that up so they don't melt it away. I need fifth grade. I give you that. It's a stamp.
You know, in the winter when I sit in this chair and I do my closing video, we don't have the problem with the glare on my glasses. Let's see. Da-da-da. There, I look dramatic. That'll be my screenshot, my thumbnail or whatever. It was a beautiful party. We had a really good time. It didn't rain until the party was over, and then it poured. It's just like all my I had all the towels all hanging outside, and I thought, I'm going to let the sun dry them for a little bit. But I put the covers on the furniture, and I had a nectarine and a glass of water, and sat down to watch a little bit of TV, and then I looked out the window, and it was pouring rain. So all the towels got soaking wet. So now it did stop raining now, but the sun's not out. So I'm thinking I'm going to just leave them out. Well, I don't know, because it's supposed to rain all night. I'll probably bring them in and put them in the dryer. But they're so wet, I'll have to put them in the washing machine first, put them through a spin cycle. But everybody had a really good time. Sophia liked all of her gifts. She had a troll cake. Everybody had with all that frosting, the different colored frosting. I did have a slice of cake. I know I didn't film, but I did pretty good. I really did. I had some nachos. I did look them up. The 12 chips. I had 12 chips, and I think, I can't remember. I think the 12 chips were 8 points. And then I had half a cup of the refried beans instead of the cup. The cup was way too much the other day when I had the cup of beans. So I only had a half a cup of refried beans, and then I had some of the nacho cheese on the top, and then the tomatoes and some olives, and some guacamole. Christy makes a homemade guacamole. And iced tea. I so wanted pop. She had my favorite cherry Pepsi. Oh, but I had pop. I didn't have pop. I had iced tea. And I've been drinking water all day. And then after the nachos kind of really filled me up, and so then I had the nectarine, and that was basically my dinner. And then I was sitting in the chair, and I had a hummingbird at my hummingbird feeder, and I thought, oh my gosh, I should take a picture because nobody's going to believe me. But I thought, no, he'll fly away before I get my camera out. And then he was feeding and feeding and feeding. So I had to unhook my phone because it was charging. And I got down to the camera, and I went onto the video, and I went to zoom in to take the picture, and he flew away. But take my word for it, there was a hummingbird. I was so happy. So the other one I saw was last Sunday about the same time. So maybe they just feed at night. I don't know. Who's to know? But that's it for tonight. I hope you liked the video, and I'm going to be good tomorrow, and I'm going to really shoot for I'm going to hope for a pound next week. Well, you know what? I'm going out to eat again next week. But, if I get a 0.8, that's pretty good. I was really happy with that. I really was. So, no gain, even if I maintain, but no gain. Got to get through June. My she's kicking my butt. She's telling me, and I'm appreciating every minute of it. So I'll see you guys on Monday.